Friday! How's everybody doing? It is a beautiful, beautiful Friday afternoon, everyone. And I am so glad I get to spend it with you guys. I hope that we have a great time studying. So without further ado, I'll make sure I don't have any spoilers here. Okay. So, without further ado, hello everybody, that's me. Let's turn on the music. Hopefully it's not too loud. Let me know if the music's a little janky, but it should be fine. Today we are doing hand studies. So, as I've mentioned a few times on stream, my hands could use a little bit of work. And that's okay, you know? It being able to admit when you need to, like, go back and practice something. It's a sign of growth, right? And a want and need of growth. So I've assembled a couple pieces of hand references, as well as some diagrams onto how to break down the hand into different shapes, which is what we're mainly going to be focusing on. They are done by Lacey on Twitter and Mitch Liu. I'm sorry, I'm probably not pronouncing that correctly, and I'm sorry. It was very last minute that I grabbed these references. So, in the meantime, we're going to do a very quick sort of overview as to how we're going to run this down. So we're going to do a couple box hands, so something like this, where we just break the hand into very preliminary shapes and find ourselves the ability to deconstruct it relatively easily. Like, I think I've made this too thick, for example. Like, I feel like that's more of an accurate portrayal of a hand's width. That. And this comes down like that. Bish boom buzz. What another thing we could try and do, but probably won't get to today, we can probably get to it like next week or something, is boxes, like drawing boxes. And that is something my friend PCat has been doing very frequently on her Twitch channel, for example. So that is definitely something I think that we should look into doing as well, just to really hone in on getting, excuse me, I just finished eating, so I'm very burpy, to hone in on perspective, which is one of the most, if not the most important thing in art, because you can have perfect anatomy, but if your perspective is even a little bit off, everyone will know something is wrong. They might not be able to tell what right away, but they'll know, right? Like, there's that sense of like, oh, there's just something not right here. It's the same reason when you look at something stupid like AI art, you can kind of tell something's wrong, right? Like, there's something not right. It's not clicking in your brain. There's this sense of unease, you know? It's to the same sort of degree on that sense. So, a couple things we can do here, now that we've gone past the ranting section of the lecture, we can move on to actually finding ourselves figuring out how to break down a hand. So we have the simple breakup, so we got the pentagon shape for the hands. I did a sort of like sideways facing hand, so we'll do a very quick sort of gestural hand just from based off this reference here. So we get that done, we get this pentagon shape for the palm, right? And then after that, we, you know, assess where we're putting the middle line, which I believe they actually don't show on this, but that's okay. So middle line will be like roughly here, and then we can, with that, show where we're putting the thumb, which is a triangle. That. So that is the thumb. I don't know the muscle name, but it's the thumb bone area right here. So your thumb, it comes from here. We're gonna move this thing over because I kind of like how it looks. Very nice, a geometric shape. So the thumb is right there. And then thumbs are a little bit tricky because they have the weirdest shape out of all the fingers. It's technically not even a finger. Bleh. So box and box. Smaller box, right? So that's our thumb. right there. Boop, boop. But in reality, it's more like this. So it comes in with like a curve. So we're not doing full 3D boxes right now. We're just trying to assess where shapes are going. And then we will worry with perspective and shape and blah, blah, blah. Right now, we're just trying to show off where the diagram is being. Next up is the finger, pointer finger, the index finger, I believe they call it in some places. And then middle finger, which is always typically a little bit longer than the index. And then ring finger. And finally, the pinky finger, which is the shortest out of all of them. So, where is it? There was one, oh, I guess I didn't put it here, but there was one that dictated, oh no, it's right here, it's right here. So all of these sort of have like a lineup. So, where is it? In the same general sense that there's a curve here, this would be roughly where the joints are. So you get almost like a mitten look to it, right? So we can put our boxes on this curve. And it should look like a proper hand when we're done with it. Just like that. Voila, hand. And if you want to get even more nitty-gritty with it, you can add in the, like, there's a box here, you know, breaking it down even further, but we don't need to do that right now. It's not what we're focusing on. So, what I'm going to do here, just so you guys can better see what I'm trying to illustrate, is I'm going to erase the in-betweens. So you can see kind of what I'm doing, working with here. Go. Honestly, this ring finger could probably be a little bit longer, but other than that, I think that's pretty good in terms of illustrating how a hand is to be broken down, right? Feel like that's illustrated the point pretty well. So we're going to be making these little box hands for a bit. Not too long, probably, just for a little bit, and then we're going to move on to trying to do an actual hand study. I don't think it'll be a super, super long stream today, but we will try and just generally get the idea down. So first and foremost, we're going to do a more simplistic hand. Let's see, which one should I do? Here, you know what? Since we're drawing, we'll do this one right here. So first and foremost, try and get that pentagon shape down. We're gonna do this in white. Let's see how. No, that's not white. That's blue. So a very nice curve like that, but we're not working in curves. We're working on boxes. It's like that. Pentagon shape. Now we make it an actual box. That. There you go, that's our palm. Hi, Tree. It's been a long time since I've seen you. How are you doing? Hope everything's going well. So now, put that in. That. There you go. There's our little thumb indicator. Next up is going to do the finger, the index finger. So that. Here-ish? Yeah, roughly there. Box it in. Do you see the top of that finger? You can. I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Working hard. Working on art stuff. Doing some hand studies with the chat. Hopefully everyone's following along. So this has box. No, another box. Is that like that? Actually, no. It curves a little bit. My hands, yes, indeed. I feel like this is a more accurate box to use for the thumb. Yeah, definitely. Okay, I also got my glass of milk with me. Got strong bones. Alright. And underneath is this finger. Followed by this finger. And then finally, the pinky is at the very bottom, right there. I know, right? Well, I mean, I do already have like a base knowledge of how a hand should be constructed, right? So it's not like I'm going in completely blind. That said, I am still trying to make sure that I am paying more attention to how the construction is working. You know, I want to make sure I'm really nailing down the fundies on that. So that's why we're doing boxed hands first, to make sure that that's all lining up proper. I do not. Well, that's why we're here. I have a lot of good resources here too. Again, by Lacey and Much Liui, I think. So go check those people out. They have a lot of great tutorials for this sort of thing. Follow up on that. With that, we got our first hand done. I think working in the black pen is probably our best bet. So let's try doing another one of these. Let's do the one that's holding, because this is a very interesting pose for a hand. At least dynamically. So let's try and assess here. Okay. So the you can't really see it as a pentagon here, but it's like flat straight out. It's actually curved down a little bit. You can't really see the top of the palm. You kind of can, but not like to a great degree. So it's like kind of skimming the surface of the water here. It's a little thick, but not like too crazy. There's the bridge in the middle. Bring it down. Coffee. I've already had coffee today. I can't have another cup. Otherwise, I start getting some heart stuff. Much caffeine is very bad for me. There we go. That looks approximately right, I think. Roughly. Alright, and then the triangle comes down here. Actually, it comes back a bit more. There we go. There we go. I did not. No. That's okay. That's why we are here. Our goal here is to help each other learn such. Yep, it's the arm. Now we can focus on the fingies, the little fingies, the grabbers and such. Alright, so this one is a bit more straight. So, womp, 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 womp. And then it kind of curves down, so. Also, I had a great time yesterday playing Dark and Darker with Ares, guys. It was so much fun. I think we'll probably try and play again, but I think we'll have, like, a trio instead of duo next time. Just for the sake of making the game a little bit easier. This finger comes up a little bit more. And comes down. Actually much steeper than the other finger. And you can kind of see the top of it. Not super hard. There you go. And then thumb on the other side. Off here, tea? I'm a coffee person. I find that tea gets watered down a heck of a lot. Like, tea has a good flavor, but I don't know. Maybe I'm just messing up the ratios, but I find tea is not a very strong flavor, typically. And I like really strong flavored things. I like really strong coffee. So. Oh, there's the hands. Can't really see the ring finger with the pose. You can see the pinky finger. Just barely poking through here. Can't really see. So which side do we see here? Because you want to break the fingers into planes, right? So if you imagine your finger as a box, like a long tube box, what are those called? Rectangles? Prisms, I guess. So let me do this as an example. Right? So here's our finger, per se. Right? This is the top here. This is the fingertip. And this is the side that you see, like, looking at. So what we're trying to find here is which plane this is. It's a little bit hard to distinguish in this photo. But I think that it's like this. Like that, right? Yeah, because this is the bottom right here. This is the underside we're looking at. Hey, food. My favorite food is buttered chicken. We're talking about hands right now. I don't eat hands. I'm not Hannibal Lecter. Hannibal Lecter, you could even say. You eat hands? Oh my, Trish. I don't know if that's healthy for you. Yeah, that's 2 hands down. Pretty content with that, I would say. Let's do 2 more box hands. And we'll try moving on to like an actual hand study. Probably one of these ones up here. Oh, I gotta remove the goofy aha moment here. Okay. So here, let's do this one next. So for this one, it looks more curved, but we can break it down, right? So, for example, we can see very clearly where the planes are if you look just close enough. And if you remove the little like flappy skins between the fingers, so if you remove this bit here and this bit here, you can kind of see that the hand is shaped like this, right? You get your pentagon shape. Hello, Maddie. How are you doing? So that's what we're going to aim to recreate. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's roughly the same position, I would say. And then we can get our triangle done. That. Alright, now that we have our base hand done, let's try and see. So it looks like this is roughly the angle the thumb is at, from what I can see. Honestly, it might be a little bit steeper. Let me see. I'm good. I'm good. Working hard. Sleeping, not good. But other than that, doing fine. Get our middle point here. Whoop. Now that we have that done, this finger right here, actually, it's probably to like that. Yeah, like that. Okay. So this finger right here goes straight out for the most part, and then down. But we don't see the rest of it, right? Like we can't. So the plane looks like it's like this. So we can easily recreate that. And then we get the tip of the other finger that's going down. We don't really see the rest of it. Sleep, no, stay awake, do random things. It's not even do random things. I've been working super hard on the event that's coming up soon. Which I guess has been unofficially announced, of me doing another tournament. So I'm doing basically all the work by myself, minus like an illustration and a logo. So I've been really nose to grindstone on that, and that's been taking up a good majority of my life right now. Yeah, it's a little bit tricky to see that angle because the photo's kind of low quality. That said, I should probably sleep after stream. Success, thank you. I try my best. Alright, so this one goes up, right? Like you can see this goes very different direction. Like if you wiggle your fingers, you can kind of put one finger down and the other one completely up, so you'll be knowledgeable about how things bend. Now that's about right, I think. So plane there, plane there. You can kind of see this bit here, so we can push that down a little bit, have it overlap slightly. Actually, I feel like there might be a bit too much overlap. We're going to fix that slightly by using a thinner brush. This, that, go. You think? I do think I should sleep soon. Alright. And then I was talking to my friend, Koo, and she was like, you need to go to bed. I was like, I have stream soon. I cannot do that. There you go. There's that finger done. Let's see if it looks correct. Not quite. So it looks like it bends a little bit more in the reference image. That. So if I erase that, yeah, that looks more like the reference image. Monster hand. Whoa. Yeah, very spooky looking hand. This one just juts. The next two fingers just kind of like jut straight out, but they're in perspective. So the pinky will look farther away. That's there we go. Now we can see that it's mainly just the top plane that we see with that. Do it like that. I don't think we see much, if any, of the side plane. And we can do the same kind of thing with the ring finger here too, which kind of curves out a little bit. So you can use circles to kind of mark out perspective, as long as you're doing it right. So for example, a good way that I've done arms in the past is you kind of like, let's, for example, I know this isn't a hand, but we can mark out a quick little chest, for example, and say the hand is coming towards us, right? So we can mark out with circles. The rough perspective here. And the hand. That. And then if I were to line what I just did in white, there, boom, see what I mean? Immediately, you can see the perspective with it. As long as I also line out the parts that are supposed to be foreshortened. See what I mean? Boom. So you can use circles to kind of guide your eyes into seeing how the perspective should be shifted and moved. Isn't it cool how we can do that? I love art so much. We've found so many cool tips and tricks that we can use to sort of cheat our way into getting things correct and mimicking anatomy. It's really cool. I also, unrelated note, I finished watching Full Metal Alchemist again, and maybe that has something to play on why I'm so sappy about, like, my craft right now. Much like how Edward was sappy about his alchemy, I am sappy about my art. So we can actually see a teeny bit of that bottom thing. So. That. There we go. And we can do very cool. Yeah, dude, I love Full Metal Alchemist. I don't even remember what prompted me to rewatch it. I just remember watching it again and being like, oh man. Oh, you know what? It was I was watching the Trash Taste podcast, and one of them had started watching Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, and I was like, oh yeah, I remember watching that show. I wonder how it holds up. And then I just watched the whole thing. So that was 60 episodes. And I watched the dub, so I could listen to it in the background while I was working. And I genuinely don't regret that, because it was a really fun time. Favorite anime of all time? Of all time? Probably Tengen Toppa Gurren Lagann. I love that show so much. The spreading of positivity and human spirit is something I think that really... I also watched it when I was very young, but, like, I definitely think it shaped a bit of who I am. Right? Like, the whole purpose of that is, like, the indomitable human spirit and our never ceasing need to grow and never give up. Which, again, plays into the Full Metal Alchemist thing. You've definitely seen at least art of Gurren Lagann online. It's the Kamina, Simone, Yuko, I believe. Or Yoko, sorry, not Yuko. Alright, let's do one more box hand. Let's do this one. Another interesting one. No, I mean, you probably... Hold on. Let me grab some promo art for it. Gurren Lagann. This show. You've definitely seen like GIFs or something of it. It's extremely popular. All right, next hand. So this one is also very easily readable. No idea? Oh, well, definitely watch it then. I believe it's on Netflix. It's almost like a diamond shape this time. So it's like that, but this is the center line here. And then the triangle for the thumb is very short this time around. You can kind of see this plane there, as well as like that. This actually tapers in more. That you do not see this plane at all. Fine, bright like a diamond. This comes down more like that. It's not as widely exaggerated as I put it. We're doing studies, not gesture drawings. Alright. So, okay. This plane, this plane. This plane, this plane. So, first and foremost, let's do those two fingers. There we go. If one wish, what would it be? Don't know. I have no idea. It's not really something I typically think about. Right now, my thought process is I need to draw this hand and I need to work on other art stuff. Yeah. Again, it's not really a top of the brain type of question for me. My day consists of wake up, eat, go on run, draw, stream, hang out with friends. Spend time with Kat. So this plane, this plane. So you can see the bottom plane on this one. That. And what days do you stream? It varies. I typically don't stream on the weekend. That's the only thing. Like, the only time I stream on the weekend is if my front half of the week is too loaded to do it there. So, for example, I was really busy at the front of this week, so I'm doing a Hades stream tomorrow. See the bottom of these. There's a chance I'm going to be not in town next month, by the way. So there's a chance there might be a big break in August. Yep. And now, fils des pistes à résistance et des thumbs. Thumb is actually kind of wacky in this one. Looks like I can see the bottom plane here. Yeah, the thumb is peculiar indeed. It's like angled up slightly. Hello, Haru. How are you doing? How's my teammate doing? My arena teammate, who has totally been practicing with me constantly. I'm EP. I'm also EP. It has been so hot in my house lately. So we're doing a shorter, just kind of study, chill out stream. Pretty relaxing. Ideally, nothing crazy is gonna happen. Are you doing Elden Ring today? I tried going inside the fridge. Actually, yes. It is what the heat has driven me to do. Alright. We'll do one more. Yeah, then don't push yourself. Alright, so that's those are the boxes done for now. Let's work on doing one of the studies. So now, let's do this one right here. So, chat, what do we do first? Wait, but I got something like this. Box, exactly. We do a box first. We do a pentagon box. Good. And now, what planes do we see? Because I see a plane right here. And right here. So it's like kind of scrunched in. Balls first. No, we'll do the balls later. The ball method is not right now. We're doing the box method. So that's kind of what we're looking at right now. So, in terms of the... Hold on, let me quickly fix our pentagon here. That's... Go. I want to... Alright. I mean, be my guest, I guess. Oh, oops. Forgot these are soul-bound. Alright, so first and foremost, center line right here. And then we can assess where our fingers are going. There, 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 and there. We're just mapping our shit out right now. Then thumb, triangle, boop. There we go. The town. Hatter dog, what do you mean? In what sense? Like, what do I prefer? I own a cat. I have a very sweet cat. Her name is Luna, and I love her very much. And everyone keeps saying they're gonna steal her from me. Yeah, I'm a cat person then, in that case. I'm gonna steal her when you sleep. Alright, what do you mean, Haru? What are you talking about? Of course I like you. You're my friend. The only issue is that, yeah, I don't like dogs very much. When I was much younger, little princeling, even you could say, I was attacked by a dog after I got off the bus from school, or the carriage from school, or whatever you want to call it. And, ever since then, I don't like dogs. They get in your face very much, and I really hate that. Well, I'm a true. I'm gonna stand still. You know what? Fair. That is a fair thing to say. All these curves are so disorienting. Awkwardly stare at people from a distance. See, that's fine. That's good. That's a good dog. I'm also just not a big fan of like how dogs feel when you pick them up. I don't know how to explain it. They feel too meaty. If that makes any sense. Like, I've picked up a dog before and I was like, ooh, I hate this. You feel thick. Dogs, like, my dog's got the autistic ribs. Yo, what the heck? This pinky's too long. Pinkies are very, very short. Everybody gangsta at the date until I show up with the Pokemon facts. Okay, we see that plane. You don't have pets? Oh, it sucks. I'm sorry. Pets are great. I love pets. I love animals. My my mother comes and gets me whenever there's a bird in the house or something like that. Because I'll just walk up to it, I'll grab it with my bare hands and just put it outside and just walk away. And it has gotten me the nickname Druid among my friends. Okay. I always forget you own a snake. That's so crazy to me. That's so cool. My friend Willie used to own a snake too. His name is Evra. Oh, that's so sweet. I love them. So that's our basic wireframe done. Now with a more refined brush, we're gonna go in and try and actually get the details in. Hi, who are you? I'm a Canadian artist, Arthur Dracolich. We are currently drawing hands. I am the king of edutainment. Oh, actually, you know what? since you're here, Haru, actually, I totally forgot about this. There you go, Haru. Yeah, I've been working really hard on trying to get the hands straight. My YouTube chat's being very weird right now on my phone. There we go. Yes, indeed. I have a gap here. I guess I made the thing too close together, but that's okay. Well, that's why we're studying together. So, like I said earlier, everyone is welcome to follow along and join us with this. So basically what we've been doing is breaking down how hands work. So I'm going to hide these really quick, back to the other stuff. So we did a bunch of box hands earlier based on the references that we have shown down here. So the basic goal with this was to, I'm going to bring up these again, sort of look at a hand and deconstruct it and reconfigure what we see with our eyes. So the goal here, right, you can see bendy fingies. They are just, everything's boxes. Everything's boxes with the hands. And once you realize that, they become so much easier to draw. So what we've done right now is we broke it down into basic shapes. So now what we're doing is we're going over and adding in more detail, like the fleshy bits and all that stuff, all the good things that make it juicy, finger licking good, right? And once you do that, it's not as hard. It's the point with drawing is to take all of this like crazy amount of information you do have and break it down into smaller bite-sized pieces. And that's why studying helps you. Right? That's like why we do it. So the whole point is to make it less information. And then build upon that. Does that make sense? We try to make this as easy as possible to understand for everybody. Because I don't want art to be hard. I don't want it to be this gate-kept thing that everyone is like, oh, you're good at art because you were born like that. No, I studied. I worked for it. Size of the hands, they look too small when compared to the body. That brings into like broader anatomy stuff. I know there's a quote-unquote formula to get hands to be the right size, but I don't know it off the top of my heart. It's just, for me, at that point, it's just sort of a feeling. I've been doing it for a very long time. But I think a general rule of thumb, is that the hand, when you overlay it over the face, as I'm doing in my physical person, from the base of the palm to the tip of the finger, should just cover just barely the whole face. That should be how big the hand is. Roughly. It's not, obviously there's going to be variations. People are vastly different creatures. with individuals and all that. But that should get you at least started. And now if I hide that, voila. Hand. No, you don't need to apologize, Tree. Even just having you here is nice. You don't need to worry about making it to every single stream. I know that's not feasibly possible for a lot of people. You know, people got lives and stuff. Showing up to one is already off to an amazing start. But hey, always good to have you. Where's the Toe Tutty stream? What the hell did I just say? Toe Tutties. Toe Study. Bleh. I don't think I'm gonna do that. Not for a while, or at the very least, not on stream. I know for a fact. Actually, wait, no, that would be funny if I did a foot stream. Hold on a second. Haru, you might be cooking something here. Scratches my chin. Foot study stream would be very funny. Let's do one more hand and then I will probably call it for then, because I'm getting very, very tired and I can feel my body kind of like crashing. Briar foot study. Oh, deal. That sounded way too eager. I promise that's just a joke. I promise you. Alright, so this one, again, we start off with a box, but because it's at this angle, the box is going to be less pentagon shaped. So, for example, you were way too excited. Yes, I know, it was part of the bit, I promise. I beg of you to believe me. So that's kind of what we're looking at in terms of box. Box. So it's still kind of a pentagon. I'm not sleeping yet, Tree, don't worry. I still got a little bit of fight in me before my body just collapses. So thumb, plain. I should delete this so I can see the fingers better. I keep putting. I'm getting a lisp because I'm so tired. Sometimes in the Inside Out segment where they came to geometry in the White Room. I actually did not watch Inside Out. I've not seen Inside Out 1 or 2. to fix the angle of the box here. That, and then this will be the ring finger. This will be the pinky finger. Straight up is the index, and then behind the thumb is the. I love that hand. Can I eat them? Yes, you may have whatever hand you desire, as long as you draw it yourself. So get drawn, tree. Recommended to know it's one of the greatest movies from Pixar. I thought it was a Disney movie. Oh, I guess Disney Pixar. To be. Oh, okay. Noted. Okay, so we see the bottom part here, just a little bit, and then we see the top part here. Boom, finger. Easy peasy. And then we go to the other one, where we don't see as much, but the angle is different. So we actually change where we are putting our box shape here. It's actually mostly bottomed out here, and then this, that. That doesn't quite seem right. It feels like that's way too long. So we're actually gonna not shrink these, but like move these down a little bit. Yeah, that looks better. I made the I'm gonna call this the stem. I made the stem a little bit too long. I will meet my. You don't eat your eyes. You need those to see. Okay. Plane here is going to be the top bit mostly. Top and bottom. In fact, I don't even think we see the tip bit here that much at all. Again, same thing, mostly side. We're gonna snack for real. Tree does seem very hungry. Hungry for knowledge. Then got the wrist here, which is at a sharp angle. Yep. Nah, they're spicy. Oh my lord. That's... Okay. Okay, paying attention to the folds here. Get a cookie. They're not spicy. That's not true. I've had a spicy cookie before and it was really, really good. I don't remember. It was like a cinnamon something cookie. And it had like a nice kick to it. Oh, it was cinnamon paprika. It was nice. I wouldn't eat it. It was like sweet too. It was a weird cookie, but I really liked it. Fingers got weird, like, distribution of muscle. Alright, I think... Yeah, there you go. That's the hand. You have weird cookies in Canada. I don't think it was a Canadian cookie. I don't even remember where I had it. I'm gonna be honest. I just remember being in high school. I want your eyes. What the fuck? Hey, relax, please. Hand looks good. Hand looks good. We're gonna include the boxes too. Yummy. Alright, that's what we did on stream today. Oh, sorry for the shorter stream today, y'all. I am so exhausted. I should probably not schedule a late night stream and then an earlier stream back to back. So, noted on my part. But for now, check it! And I hope you guys followed along, and if you didn't, you can always look at the VOD and try and follow back what I was talking about. But the steps are there, and once you break it down, it's not that hard. So, thank you all very, very much. Make sure you follow the Twitter, my YouTube, and all that jazz. And I will catch you guys tomorrow for Hades. Yeah! Thank you. I will make sure I grab my cat and we cuddle and have a nice nap. So, good night, everybody. Bye-bye.